So yeah, you can. So let's talk about what we call some of the inner wounds that will show up in your relationships. Okay? Some of you are already in relationships or situationship or whatever you want to call them. And you will have what you call a manifestation of child wounds that will be showing up in your relationship, but you don't even know how they show up or how to deal with them. So let's talk about them. The reason being, we have all been here before, based on our past and based on our how we grew up. And you may be walking around in your relationship, but you don't even know that this is what you are dealing with or this is what you are struggling with. And one of the biggest wounds that may show up in your relationship, so I'm going to talk about a few, and then maybe if it's resonating with you, you can comment. If it's resonating with you, you can comment in the comments. Remember, this is in our lives, we like interactive chats. We don't like chats where people are not interactive. We like interactive chats. So we want chats whereby you can interact in the comments. We are all a soul group, so no one is a follower on this page. So all of you should by now be checking in on each other in the comment section. Mnasalimiana, hey, I see you today. How was your day, Nini? As we get along, we thrive together, we heal together. Nisa. So one of the biggest wound is what you call the suffocation wound. Growing up, most of you will have what you call an overbearing parent or overbearing parents. Okay? These are parental figures who control you. They micromanage you. Uwezi enda mahali mzazi wako, weko, mwenao, odeko, mwenao, odiko. So what happens is that as an adult, you start saying, ai, mwanaume wangu, msichana wangu, she's too needy. No, she's not being needy. She has a suffocation wound. She was raised by a parent who was micromanaging her. Her parents were overbearing on her. So she has a wound, suffocation wound. So every time she's checking on you, it's not that she's being needy. No, she has a wound. Huh? As a man, a woman will call you weak if you keep checking on a woman. Sasa, ukoaje? Umekula? How's your day? How's work? So the woman looks at that man like he's weak. Unaanza kusema mwanaume wangu ni weak. I think he feels like, unajua, ananga self confidence. Anapindanga amenichunga, si ati anakuchunga. No, that's a wound. That's trauma. You have a suffocation wound. Your parents were too overbearing. Na ukiwa mtoto huku unajua, so you grew up thinking that that is something that is supposed to happen. You think that that's a normal thing to be micromanaged, but it's not a normal thing, yes?
This is not even a lot of money, just 300. This one.
Let me see.
These collars.
Let me see. This. Small dog collars. You want them?
Yeah. They're all the way at the top, cause you're.
You made up. See you. But you know it's one.
No.
One for a cat. Each is 300. Oh, all of them.
Not all of them.
No, you come and read here. You unakuja hapa unasoma.
Like,
you see, they are small. Look at the comments. You can look at the comments.
For my cats only.
Yeah, but they are for dogs. So for the cats, they will be too big and you cannot adjust them. Or you buy for cats.
Yeah, cat's collar.
Okay. See number. We shall call them alafu atuonyeshe kwa WhatsApp venye zinatoshana.
But we're not calling them.
Not now, after breakfast or some other time. So this is what happens. So when you're growing up, these people that you are feeling that my man is weak, anashinda akitaka kujua niko wapi. Uko wapi? Na umekaa. Or the woman who's always like demanding shit from the man. This is a suffocation wound. You may think that your man is weak. No, he has a suffocation wound. He grew up with parents who are too strict on him. Reparenting. Some of you are in relationships where you have what you call wounds that are explosive. You grew up in homes where the conflicts, no matter how small, ended up in war. It was always scary, overwhelming. I gave you an example. My sister alitoka kuwatch movie. Ile movie ilikuwa inakuja ya trailer hapo kwa mnatoka mnaenda kuwatch movie. Of course my dad was in one of his immature drunken phases. So when my sister came into the house, alimuuliza tu swali moja. Umetoka wapi? Kwambia tulikuwa tumeenda kuona sinema pale. Remember this is a child. She was only 10 years old, Na mena na watoto wengine wa ploti. So my father just picked a torch, ile torch ya kitambo ya chuma, and threw it at her. Akamvunja meno. Okay? So if you grew up in such a home, this is what happens. You start avoiding conflict when you are a grown up. So in a relationship, you avoid conflict. Kwa sababu hujui how conflict will go. You have seen explosive things happening. Kitu kidogo tu, mamako amefika, umetoka wapi? Gothiete moa kiagake, immediately ni vita. Silisema staki wa mama wa kanisa huko amevunja kabati, ametoa sasa mamako amepigwa, chakula imemwagika, alikuwa anapika chapati, jiko makaa kila mahali, mko karibu kuungua. Those kind of conflicts. So now what you're suffering from as a grown up is that you have an explosion wound. So every time you have a conflict with your partner, you avoid that. And when you avoid talking to your partner or solving it, what happens? Your partner feels abandoned. Anaanza kufikia like ni kama unamreject, you don't want to talk about anything. And this goes both ways. This goes both ways for the man or for the woman. Shida kidogo umenyamazia bibi yako umuongeleshi. Okay? Bibi yako anasema, "Tutagea yoro uthire direda kwaria." Why? Because you have explosion wounds. You grew up around so much chaos, so much violence that even now as a grown up you cannot have meaningful conversations. You'd rather avoid conflict. No, what you are lacking is immature. You are lacking emotional intelligence to have conversations so that you can solve. So now again you are a grown up and you are sweeping all your shida. You are sweeping all your problems under the carpet. You don't even know why. Shout out to Gadhoni, and you can go up there and tap my ile wanafanyanga inaitwa tap follow my top gifters up there. Tap my my top gifters up there. Touch and follow my top gifters. Na nanga wakisema hivyo, I don't know what they mean. So now you're in a relationship again. So I like giving examples with our family. So in our family, people didn't know how to manage their emotions. What is that?
Peacock.
A peacock. Do you know how expensive a peacock is, Nyambura?
Yes, I know.
It's 100,000.
Yes.
It's not even expensive. 100,000. Or what we do, I can buy eggs. One egg is 6,000 for a peacock.
Yeah.
We can buy 5 eggs and see if we can hatch peacocks. 30,000 is better than buying a whole peacock for 100K.
Yeah.
It's just $1,000. It's nothing anyway. So some people have what you call anxiety wounds, where when they grew up in their home, they didn't know how to manage their emotions, their disagreements, their conflicts. Every time you have a conflict or a disagreement, you have to go into shame. Yeah?
I also want this type of bird.
Yeah, but you know I'm not going to buy you a bird to cage in the house. You have so many birds in nature.
No, as in this one.
Parrot.
Yeah. No.
It's a parrot.
No.
So,
Yeah, it's a parrot.
whenever you have what you call emotions, or whenever you have conflicts or disagreements, you are shameful. You feel shame. Okay? So you have what you call spirals of fear. Immediately you want to fix. You want to fix these things. You have to shh. Wenye kwa nyumba yenu mlikuwa mnaambiwa shh, baba amekuja mnyamaze. Okay? So you give your partner no space. Even if your partner anakuambia I need some space, naenda kwa gari nitulize kidogo, you are like hapana, you have anxiety wounds because you don't know venye ana feel, you don't know where their emotions is going to lead them. Okay? Your father, your mother, they didn't know how to handle conflict. They didn't know how to handle disagreements. So when your husband comes home and he's in the car he wants to stay in the car for a few minutes, uwezi, unakuja tu unamgongea kioo, anakuambia nakuja kwa nyumba, acha nimalize kidogo na simu. Unafungua mlango, unaingia, unakaa hapo. He needs to do some man caving. That's an anxiety wound. You're always anxious. You don't even give your partner space. You don't even give them space, even when they request it, even when they need it. You don't know how to do that. That's a wound. We have so many mother wounds that we need to heal. Neglect. You are neglected as a child. Your parents were always unavailable emotionally. They were never interested in you as a person. But remember, everything that you are going through, you sign for it. You still ask for it. You still choose to get through that, to learn something. Self-accountability. So still don't blame your parents. So a lot of you are dealing with what you call negligent wounds. Unavailable parents. They were not interested in you as a person. Whatever you did in school, mzazi wako hakutaka kujua. They never came to visit you in school. They never came to your sporting activities. Mzazi wako hata waleo hajaijua kwenye ulinunua shamba, hajaijua venye ulijenga nyumba, hajaijua ulinunua gari na nini. Anakuonanga tu na gari. Okay? These were parental figures that were there. They were never there emotionally, unavailable, uninterested. So when your partner now is busy somewhere, if your girlfriend is busy somewhere, where their attention is somewhere, maybe they are converting sales, maybe they are doing something, maybe you are doing something, you are learning. Shout out to Gadoni for the ice cream. Follow my top gifters up there. Go up there and follow my top gifters. Tap, tap, tap. Wanasemanga hivyo. Follow my top gifters. Grab my top gifters. Grab my top gifters up there. So when your partner's attention is somewhere, maybe wameenda girls night out, or maybe the man has met people hajakuwa nao for some time, so you feel like you are being abandoned again because your parents used to abandon you. Now you feel like you are being abandoned again. You know they love you. You know your boyfriend loves you. You know your girlfriend loves you. You know they are going to come back to you. But you are feeling abandoned again. You are triggered because how you grew up in a family, you are always nowhere to be seen. Your parents were unavailable for you. So now you are a grown up. You have what you call a negligent wound. You have a neglect wound. And it's showing up in your relationship today. Okay? Some of you, mnakuanga ma one-man guitar. You are the one-man guitars. You have never seen teamwork in your own home. You have never seen your parents come together to seek a solution to anything. Mamako alikuwa anaongea na ambiwa wewe dhieriko we. Maani maudu mamodu rume. Or anything that needed teamwork, for you to see parents doing teamwork, you never saw that. You have never seen solution seeking in your home. Never at one time have your parents ever seeked a solution alone. So now you are a one-man guitar. You are better than Samido. So you struggle to consider your partner's needs or wants when you are grown up now. There's nothing like compromise in your language. That is very foreign. You have never heard of compromising. You have never heard of meeting or you being needed somewhere. So the more you push for compromise, or the more your partner is pushing for compromise, the more you fantasize about being alone. Unaanza kuwish you are alone. You're like, mazi maisha ya bachelor inakuanga poa, ama maisha ya mtu kukaa peke yake ni poa. Why? You have that wound where you are alone wolf. You are a one-man guitar. You never witnessed teamwork in your home between your parents or your mother. Others suffer from what you call the golden child trauma. Okay? So you are the golden child. Let's go to the home. Your mom is calling you. Let's go to the house for breakfast. Come, Nyamura. Weka breakfast music on my phone, Kuje.
Okay.
So, some of you are so praised by your parents. When you are growing up, your parents praised you. You became the golden child. You became that child mwenye alikuwa anafanya hesabu sana. So now when you are grown up, since your partner is independent, they don't praise you. Now you are feeling unworthy. Ulikuwa umezoea kuitwa kababa kwenyu, kababa. Mamako alikuwa amesema, "Wa boy." So now you're in a relationship, you're with Jagawa Muthaka, I don't care. Me and Matoras, I have no feelings. Feelings is aliens to me. So now you start feeling unworthy. Now you start feeling like you're not good enough. No, you don't have a problem. Okay? You should not expect me to see you as perfect. Because you are spoiled. Because you are the golden child. Now you have a golden wound. Okay? You need to be constantly praised. So you have to accept that all these different wounds can be something that you are going through. So again, because I have to go, nasikia nimeitiwa breakfast, so you have to go and sit down for breakfast. What wound are you going through? Niko nimesema unaweza andika comments. You can write in the comments. So today is Reparenting Tuesday. Each one teach one. Teamwork makes the dream work. We'll catch up during the day. Right now it's breakfast time. Ciao, ciao.